I started seeking forgiveness at the end of 2022, around October, if I remember correctly. I watched videos by Sheikh Mohammed Hijazi, and what captivated me the most was sending blessings upon the Prophet PBUH. I adhered to it for about 3 months, and then Allah opened my heart to seeking forgiveness. I sought forgiveness more than 30,000 times a day. I have been following Sheikh Mohammed Hijazi for 2.5 years while continuously seeking forgiveness. There were times when I stopped due to difficult circumstances and work, but I have been married for almost 5 years without children due to a certain health condition. I began to see the fruits of seeking forgiveness after about 2 years. During these 2 years, I experienced many events, but I will mention the most recent one. On the last Eid al-Fitr, specifically on the night of Eid, I prayed to Allah, asking if this seeking forgiveness was correct and accepted, to let the sky rain for me, and then I went to sleep. In my dream, I saw rain falling gently, and I could smell the scent of wet earth. When I woke up, I went to the window and looked outside to see the rain falling. SubhanAllah, I felt in my heart that this rain was a result of seeking forgiveness. What confirmed this for me was that on the same day, since it was Eid, we had family visits, and one of my relatives gave me over 2,000 Jordanian dinars unexpectedly. I needed this money because I was going through a health issue and needed financial support. All praise is due to Allah, and I hope to reap more rewards from seeking forgiveness. As for reading Surah Al-Baqarah, I always wondered and prayed to Allah to clarify whether I should read it every day. One day in January 2023, I was sitting in a Quran memorization center where I work. I was sitting, and suddenly, a woman came directly to me from outside the center and told me that I should read Surah Al-Baqarah. She shared with me that she had been childless for 20 years, and that when she started reading Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah blessed her with a child. I was silent and amazed, wondering how she came straight to me out of all the people there, and I didn't even know her. How did she know whether I had children or not? I was curious about how she read it, so I saw her enter a room, and I waited for her, but she never came out. It was as if she descended from the heavens to tell me this, and then suddenly disappeared, despite my waiting for her. I went home and considered it a message from Allah. There is nothing difficult for Allah, the Almighty. By Allah, during this time, many things happened to me that seem like miracles, and people wouldn't believe me if they heard. All of this is because of Surah Al-Baqarah and seeking forgiveness. Regarding my experience with bartering, in Ramadan 2022, my husband lost his job, and we were in a severe financial crisis that required both of us to work. Alhamdulillah, after some time, Allah provided my husband with a job far from home. Shortly afterward, a relative called me to inform me that there were 3 job openings in 3 banks and that I should choose one and start working immediately. The salary was high, with many benefits, but working in interest-based banks is haram, so I declined the job offer. After hanging up, I cried a lot over my situation. 3 months later, my husband fell ill at work and was hospitalized. He needed surgery, and Allah sent us a doctor who helped us a lot and took care of the expenses. May Allah bless him. During the surgery, the doctor discovered that my husband had a blocked artery and needed another surgery, which was very expensive. I was in great distress and prayed to Allah, saying, "O Allah, just as I gave up unlawful money for the sake of what is halal, do not test me with my husband." SubhanAllah, the next day after noon, the hospital called and informed me that my husband was ready for surgery and that we wouldn't have to pay a single dinar. Alhamdulillah, always and forever, for the blessing of seeking forgiveness, the blessing of reading the Quran and Surah Al-Baqarah, and the blessing of having insight into the signs of Allah. Alhamdulillah many times over.